Here's something I see with clients all the time is I have somebody come in who is doing everything right. They're eating clean, they feel like they've got their diet in check, follow the rules, and they're having some weird hormone problems. And usually they go to the doctor prescribes them testosterone or estrogen blockers, and they're trying to figure out, why is my energy off? Why do I have brain fog? Why am I dealing with my hair thinning or hair loss or unexplained weight gain or weight loss? And they can't seem to get to the bottom of what is driving the hormone issues. Well, once we address that, everything starts to fix itself and falls into place. Is a mycotoxin called Zearalenone. So, zearalenone, what it impacts is actually your endocrine system, which is your hormonal system. It does this by impersonating estrogen, and it convinces your body that it's estrogen, and then it has this downstream effect on your thyroid, your adrenals, your reproductive system, and your entire endocrine axis. So think of your hormonal system kind of like an orchestra. If estrogen is your conductor, Zearalenone is a counterfeit conductor. It basically shows up, waves around the baton, and sends the entire orchestra in the wrong direction. It's kind of like your hormone system gets hijacked by an imposter. Zearalenone technically is more found in food. Highest food categories that tend to be contaminated is corn, wheat, breakfast cereals, improperly stored grains, beer, barley, animal products, tortilla chips, artificial sweeteners, corn derived sweeteners, things like that. Now, it can be found in water damaged buildings, especially older buildings like drain pipes, wet concrete, flooring that's been exposed to moisture for prolonged periods. It can also be in soil and agriculture dust, things like that. This is where I hear from a lot of people, but I eat organic, I eat gluten free, I cook everything at home. Organic food does not necessarily mean mycotoxin free food. And this is where it gets a little bit tricky. I know it's frustrating too because I hear this a lot. So I'm going to walk through the symptoms of zearalenone a little bit differently than I have with the other mycotoxins, because symptoms of zearalenone don't necessarily show up as a mold problem. They tend to show up more as a hormonal problem that gets misdiagnosed. So the common way that shows up is an estrogen dominance misdiagnosis. Now, that does not mean every person with estrogen dominance has zearalenone. However, if you are having ongoing issues and you've done everything else, you could have this as an underlying root cause issue. So estrogen dominance can look like heavy periods, irregular periods, terrible mood swings, PMS, breast tenderness, weight gain around the hips and the midsection. Zearalenone binds to your estrogen receptors and activates them. The other one that is huge that often gets misdiagnosed with zearalenone is thyroid dysfunction. So, thyroid tests in traditional medicine can show up as normal, but can still look like functional hypothyroid with things like chronic fatigue, hair loss, cold intolerance, having a slow metabolism. The other way it can show up with your hormones is as adrenal fatigue or HPA axis misdiagnosis. So, if you have chronic fatigue that doesn't improve with rest, adrenal support, or cortisol management protocols, that's a big one. Disrupted cortisol rhythm. Now, I want to spend a second explaining for men how this can show up too. Testosterone suppression is a huge thing. So, zearalenone's estrogenic signaling suppresses the testosterone production axis. So I've seen a lot where, and I mean, I have so many clients that they're like, I've got fatigue, loss of drive and motivation, difficulty building or maintaining muscle mass, I'm not sleeping well, I've got anxiety. Some of the other things with zearalenone that can come up too that often get misdiagnosed are things like EBV reactivation, so Epstein-Barr virus, mono, but then things as well like vertigo, POTS, that doesn't get better with anything, ringing in the ear, tinnitus, pneumonia. These are other common ones that come up as a secondary symptom. So testing wise, what do you do? So zearalenone is one of the ones that's tested on the urine mycotoxin panel. I like that one. I know I've mentioned that one before. I think it's helpful to use throughout a protocol to see how well you're metabolizing and excreting things. The other thing I like to do alongside that is a saliva hormone panel and stress panels just to see what's going on with your hormones and if and how much they're being impacted. And then also the big one being the environmental testing of where is this coming from that it's impacting your body so significantly so that we can remove the source and kind of offload the constant burden that it's putting on your detox pathways. If Zearalenone is the big primary one that you have on a mycotoxin test, I would take a look at your food sources. So the integrative approach to detoxing from Zearalenone is going to be a complete dietary overhaul. Honestly, though, like nutrition is a huge part of any mycotoxin you're dealing with. So that's number one is looking at what are you eating? What are we doing that is causing this to happen? The other thing as well is stopping the recirculation that happens with the liver releasing it to the bile and then the gut is reabsorbing it. So interfering with that recirculation process. The third pillar of this that's huge is helping recalibrate and rebuild the hormonal and the endocrine system. So, the most important thing with all of this is obviously your environment, taking a look at what you're consuming, what you're inhaling and ingesting and absorbing. That's a huge one. But if you're thinking to yourself, like, man, I've got all these weird things that are indicative of a hormone problem, and I've gone to all these hormone doctors and done all the stuff that they've said, but I don't really feel a whole lot better. Take a look at doing some urine mycotoxin testing to see if perhaps Zearalenone is something that you are dealing with. And then, as with all of these, I do recommend that you work with somebody. If you would like to work with me, I would love to help you heal from this as I've done and helped other people do. But don't try to go at this yourself because when you start DIYing something like this, you can have all kinds of other things flare up. So just make sure you're doing this in the right step by step and not thinking you can just rush through this protocol and get through it quickly. I invite you to book a call, a one on one with me in the description of this video. I would love to help you get to the root cause so that you can get your energy back, get your life back, and just move forward instead of all this guessing and bouncing from doctor to doctor. I also have the other resources in the description where you can look at the testing, different supplements that I have curated. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give me a like and thumbs up. That way more people who might be dealing with this can find it. Also, leave me a comment if there's something specific you're dealing with that you want me to do a video on related to environmental illness or mycotoxin issues. I would love to help educate you and provide you with resources to get back to feeling like yourself. So otherwise, I'll see you in the other videos. Thank you so much for watching.